Hey guys, hope you had a good day. Today is March 4th, 2011, and I got an article for you that'll probably curl your nose hair. Most of you know about this. It's the Federal ID Act, and I'm going to read an article to you. I won't read the whole thing. I just want to give you the gist of it. And this really, when I read this, first of all, Brian 30 sent me somebody doing a video on this, and I thought, man, I'm going to make one. I'm going to make a video on this because I'm passionate about this thing. I think they're overstepping their bounds again on reaching out and trying to touch us in every aspect of our life, and this is one of them. The article is called "A National ID Card for American Citizens." Get ready. The Real ID Act goes into effect on May 11th. And I'm just going to read just a few blips of this. For a moment, imagine a future where you are not able to drive a car, get on a plane, get on a train, vote, enter a federal building, open a bank account, or get a job without a national ID card. And essentially, we're there with our Social Security number. But this goes a lot deeper than that. You don't think that ever could happen in America. Well, you might want to brush up on the Real ID Act because it's going into effect on May 11th this year, unless we do something about it. Okay, unless we say, no, we do not want that. But you know what? They create something called terrorism. They create the terrorism because they need to create a foundation where American citizens are constantly kept in a realm of fear so that they can push stuff like this, all in the name of keeping you safe and free. Okay? The federal building in Oklahoma. It's a joke. Sad, yes, but it's a joke. It was an inside job, for sure. Just do your research on that, guys. 9/11. Huge springboard into what we're seeing today. Okay? Anyway, the article continues. After all, wasn't the Real ID Act supposed to be dead? A few years ago, state legislatures across the nation were in an uproar over this law, no doubt. The Department of Homeland Security was forced to delay the implementation of it several times, but now it's back. You see, this is what the federal government often does, and it's true. When things, when they run into opposition, they lay low for a while until the calm, and then they try again to shove it down our throats. And God forbid they pass this. This is what is happening with the Real ID Act. As of May 11th, all driver's licenses across the United States will be required to conform to federal national security standards. Since when did they have the right, the federal government, to cross borders and to put their fingers in a state-issued document and federalize it? I don't understand that one. In essence, our licenses are going to be federalized. Yes, this is really happening. I'm going to skip down here. Of course, the Department of Homeland Security insists that the Real ID Act is just here to help us and make life better and more secure. Okay, according to their website, some of the goals of the Real ID Act is to help prevent terrorism, reduce fraud, and improve reliability and accuracy of personal identification documents. It's a joke, guys. It's an absolute joke. Is this really what America wants? A nation where we are constantly passing through checkpoints, having to pull our ID cards out to show them to somebody that needs to know everything about us. All they have to do is swipe it, look on their computer screen, they have everything there. Where's the freedom in that? I have a right to have personal privacy, to my personal belongings and my personal life, my banking life, and my things that are now accessible to the world, basically. Because they have access to all that stuff now anyway. They just want to officially do it and get it over with. And yeah, it says, without a real ID, your ability to travel will be greatly restricted. Eventually, there will be a few modes of public transportation that you will be able to use without having a national ID card. Can you see where all this is headed? Many of the people that are attempting to implement this thing may have good intentions, but we all know what they say about good intentions. We do not need a national ID card to have a nation that is safe and secure. Amen to that. Okay? Especially when we have wars based on lies, we have terrorist threats and false flag events that are based on lies. They're not true. All to implement this type of thing. If we put up with a national ID card, then the Obama administration will be emboldened to try implement the universal internet ID that they have been talking about. The sad truth is that America is no longer the land of the free. It's no longer the land of the free. And I would have to agree with that. We are so over-regulated. And basically, our constitutional way of doing economics has been stripped from us, and it was back in 1913 with the Federal Reserve Act. I mean, they've taken over the economy. They can manipulate everything about our economy. They can have their heyday with inflation and cause bubbles and pop bubbles. They can do whatever they want. And they're not tied to anything, and they're above scrutiny. The government has decided that in order to keep us safe, everything that we do must be watched, tracked, traced, recorded, and controlled. It doesn't matter whether the Democrats are in power or the Republicans. Very true. That's just a smoke and mirrors. It doesn't matter whether there's Republican or Democrats. It makes absolutely no difference. Bush just handed the baton to Obama. That's all he did. It's just a different face. That's it. Same policies. We're still in Iraq. It's an occupation. It wasn't to free the Iraqis. It's to take their oil and whatever else is over there. Anyway, this chaps me, guys. And I'm exercising my right to rant here on YouTube. So, anyway, you guys... And by the way, silver's up $1.44 today. That means your dollars are becoming more and more worthless. Oil's going through the roof. Dollars going down. Look at the index. Commodities are going crazy. And so it's, another day in America, guys. Have a good evening. God bless. And enjoy your whole weekend. I'm going to pull the kids around our loop on the inner tube. So take care, guys. I'll link the article.